Welcome back, this is LukewarmHoliday. I played quite a bit of Montero the first weekend for open access. Montero is pretty fast, pretty low damage, but has some pretty unique tools that make the matchup pretty difficult if you don't know what to expect. So Sub is an incredibly fast velocity projectile, but it has a pretty long windup. And it's wide, so taking landing punishes at very far ranges at the edges of Redlock is actually really strong. You have an assist fastfall, you have a fastfall for your CSB, and the way I suggest managing that is when your sub and assist is up, look to poke with your sub, and then once you throw the first or second sub, you can step out of it into assist main for a fastfall. I actually have trouble early on, like, look at that landing punish, like, it's just so wide that it caught that when not very many other tools will. Oh, what else? Okay, back to what I was saying. If you have subs and AC assist up, you can use sub into AC as a fastfall. And when those are down, you can start charging CSB, so you always have access to step CSB main as a fastfall. The guidance is okay on the sub as well. Yeah, like that was just like a fortunate respawn, and he just landed too close, so sub main 170-ish damage. His special melee has shot block on it, so you are incredibly good at 1v1 encounters with melee. There's, what else? I didn't really play with his CSA that much. It, like, lifts you up to the side and chucks it, but I didn't really care. Just seemed more like a distraction. The rush portion of the assist is pretty decent if people ignore it, but once people are stepping and mixing steps into their gameplay properly, I don't think it's going to hit that often. I'm not used to dealing with Zaku amazing sub. This day was basically like me just getting used to, yes, that sub is going to pop out and hit me, and none of my shots are going to matter for a moment. His 6B is pretty decent, especially for a 2K. His melee damage isn't that high though. The only thing on this suit that I saw the damage from, and I was like, oh, that's a decent amount of damage, is sub, main, and that better do damage, because that's 2 Vernier moves in a row. Or side sub. Regular sub is just a straight whip. And you can tap A to electrocute them, or cancel it into BC to instantly end the combo. I prefer E-Burst just because it lets you play at the closer ranges that your sub's good at, as well as the ranges where your fastfalls are annoying to deal with safely. The correction on sub's weird, because, like, you saw that right there, it just didn't even want to angle downward. You really need to start it up when they're already, like, near the ground, and rely on the travel speed to get the punish. I'm just going for the victory. I don't even care about this Zaku amazing. Could have stepped backwards out of that sub, like, Fu step backwards in the main and finish that confirm, but I botched that. But I respawn in a fortunate place. They weren't looking at their minimap, and I just landed right next to him after respawning. Please look at your minimap when someone dies, because it will give you a heads up where they're about to land. Because their icon appears on the minimap, like, right when they start respawning and start flying down. And it gives you plenty of time to actually react properly to get out of the way. there are times where you're still going to be low on boost and you just made a big play and someone's respawning in an inconvenient location. But that's still kind of on you for making a play like that. But just watching the minimap helped immensely. So I can at least try to stall out the situation if I know I'm going to get hit. There's a good example of people just not being ready for the sub being as fat and wide as it is. That was the wrong assist. That rush assist would have punished that. So we just got in this really gross situation. I think I overcost this game. Something... Oh, that was an E-burst, that's why. Good, he did a melee combo after his sub hit instead of just letting the sub connect. There's actually a whip portion on your side sub as well. Doesn't do that much damage, but it is a fat hitbox around you. So it's not just a projectile, it actually is a proper whip. Didn't expect him to just mash, or could have just BC'd if I expected it. But we have a very comfortable life lead. Destiny dying there is kind of dicey, but shouldn't have stayed in, but I kind of want E-burst as well. We will never talk about this again. We will never talk about that sequence again. I really shouldn't be dragging myself all the way to overboost to continue chasing like that. About the 14 or 15 minute mark, I come in the next day with a much more better idea of what I want to be doing with the suit, so my execution's a lot cleaner. Up till now, I've actually been canceling the startup of sub quite a lot on accident, because it actually takes a second for the projectile to come out. And if you cancel it early, it still consumes the ammo, because there's an example of it. Even if you cancel the startup, it still consumes an ammo, because it's a whip portion, so... The moment it starts swinging, there's an active hitbox to your side, actually. That was too boost expensive, and now I'm gonna eat 280 damage for it. Woo! Just take your goddamn landings. Take your damn landings. Use the building to take a landing. Use this building to take another landing, because I wasn't sure if I even got that hit, so I didn't finish that knockdown. That sequence I intended to burst, so I wasn't hesitant about full zooming that. Rush assist covered that approach. And now Leos is an S burst and he's just going to finish the game. The suit's very nice when games are stable, because he's able to keep control and keep getting consistent, semi-consistent knockdowns. Now these are some funny these are some funny matches. I think this one in particular. I learned something very good about this suit. That guy gets kind of run over. I try to harass Kashi. That could have been a huge botch. Take a random Kashi missile clip me. Here, let me just mash main into overboosts like I'm day one. Just do a step on wake up. I don't want to deal with anything. Now, BC just plowed through drill and the missile wall assist, and then I do it again. It kills the missile wall. Akai's supposed to be able to just get right up in your face and start throwing the assist to trump card you, but BC just plows through everything that suit has, apparently, and will even kill the assist, despite the fact that they're supposed to have shot block. That's wild to me, and I'm like, I could probably catch an Akai player off guard by picking this suit as like a soft counter pick. Because the BC just, I cannot believe that BC just plowed straight through it. Just whip it. Something about this suit just feels viscerally fun as well, just with how sub feels when it lands. That was a good double hit on us from Akai. But he has a couple input errors afterwards and then ends up getting punished. So now we're in this weird situation. I don't respect sub enough. Really have no business ever meleeing an Akai. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm going to say I'm tired and on a 20 streak. Kashi Missile trades with the BC because explosions do that, despite the fact that it blocks all shots. The explosions afterwards will still knock you out of shot block stuff occasionally. Sub-step, assist, main is such a good fastfall. That's a poke. That's a punish with CSB, main CSB, main fastfall. Main step CSB, main fastfall, I should say. It's really solid, confirm, really safe. It's kind of unremarkable in EX versus 2, like most of the things this suit has. In this game, his tools get to be slightly more remarkable. Sub is quite powerful at mid-range, whereas like in EX versus 2, almost every suit that has a physical projectile has a dominating mid-range game. Makes the suit's fastfall options less enticing in that game too. His damage is slightly better in EX versus 2, but not by much. They really wanted to play it on the safe side, I think. Now, I'm not canceling my subs as much. I'm making sure I'm consistently fast-falling more of these games. So I'm coming in fresh. You get to see a much better example of how poking with this suit should work. Just main step, CSB main. Got an accidental step, so I just eat a raw CSA for wing 0. No big deal. I was worried about the Extreme Gundam coming in. so I didn't even finish that confirm, even though it only took a BR shot. Only took a BR shot and I was on angle. I was just not paying attention. I was too worried about the stream coming in. Cancelled the second sub on accident. Unfortunate. But my partner got finished the knockdown. I had him, like, I was mildly in vector, so might as well throw sub at that wing 0 and it hits, because it's just so wide. Activate burst to prevent being punished. I think the suit can definitely, like, my assessment of the suit, I'm not good enough to, like, place things in tiers, I don't think, but it's definitely good enough to run its game plan. I don't think it's that good of a carry suit. So when it's time for it to go in, it's kind of mediocre. Maybe some legend will just decide, hey, F burst with this suit's cool. And I'll go, oh, huh. But I really think it's better served with E-burst just to cover how aggressive it generally wants to play and the attention it wants to take. I just don't think it has enough to really shake up the game at all. Whereas like Zaku Amazing has some immediately like holy crap tools and much better melee damage. Well, a big difference with Zaku Amazing is that even at range, if you confirm a range tool into a melee combo, it's going to do really good damage and be pretty hard to cut, whereas the suit, I don't know, just feels a lot more clumsy, mixing melee options in, but that's probably a lot of room for optimization there as well. Because you can confirm his main into whip and try to milk some damage that way, but it's fairly stationary. Just grab a landed punish. Stall my death by using BC. End up not dying because my partner finishes knocking me down. And that's game. Thanks for watching. See you next time.